Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka lose $2 million of prize money after winning U.S. Open. Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka both received a check for $5 million U.S. for winning their respective U.S. Open titles, the largest prize for champions in Grand Slam tennis history. But both will only pocket about $3 million of that due to tax laws in the states. According to the local laws, there's a tax rate of 37% on earnings over $609,351, the highest bracket of federal income taxes. It means Alcaraz and Sabalenka will both be stripped of about $1.85 million. When you add in the percentage of players' prize money that goes to coaches, agents, support staff and travel expenses, the U.S. Open champions have about $2 million taken out. Thankfully for Alcaraz, he won't be hit with another tax bill when he returns home to Spain due to the Spain-U.S. double taxation treaty. As for Sabalenka, she usually resides in Miami despite representing her homeland Belarus. For tax reasons, a number of the world's top tennis players, and other athletes from different sports, have residences in Monaco or the Bahamas, both tax-free havens. Despite losing $2 million each, it's unlikely to faze Alcaraz or Sabalenka. Alcaraz's sixth career Grand Slam title took his career earnings to $53.5 million, the sixth most of all time amongst male players. As for Sabalenka, she now has 4 majors and $42.3 million, fourth most in women's tennis history. This year's U.S. Open provided the largest prize pool in tennis history, with a record $90 million on offer for all players. It marked a 20% increase on the $75 million that was handed out in 2024. The $5 million for each singles champion was up 39% from $3.6 million last year. The United States Tennis Association also chipped in this year with stipends for players' travel costs and expenses while in New York. Coach reveals 15-day regime that helped Alcaraz beat Sinner. Alcaraz's triumph over Jannik Sinner in the men's final saw the Spaniard become the new world number one. The 22-year-old now owns a 10-5 head-to-head record against the Italian, including 7 of their last 8 meetings. The only victory for Sinner in their last 8 encounters was in the Wimbledon final in July. That led to Alcaraz's coach Juan Carlos Ferrero devising a specific training plan to take down Sinner. For 2 weeks straight, Alcaraz and Ferrero focused solely on Sinner's weaknesses and figuring out how to exploit them. Let's say we watch a little bit the matches, Roland Garros and Wimbledon. We try to see the little things that we can improve to play against Jannik, Ferrero said on Monday. I think it was very important, because we maybe practiced for 15 days, very focused on the details that we have to improve to play against Jannik. We know that in this kind of surface, on hard courts, Jannik is always very difficult to play and winning a lot of matches. I think it helps a lot, because Carlos realized what he has to improve a lot, and I was very focused on it. It was a glittering September evening in New York City, the kind of night when legends are born under the lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium. The crowd erupted, not once, but twice. First for Carlos Alcaraz, the Spanish sensation whose forehands echoed like cannon blasts across Queens, and then for Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian powerhouse who roared louder than any crowd, as she claimed her crown. 2 champions, 2 trophies, and, by tradition, 2 oversized checks bearing the most seductive figure in tennis, $3 million. The prize money for winning the U.S. Open. But little did they know, the victory would come with a strange twist of fate. A mistake, a mishap, or perhaps, a mystery. The celebration that followed. Carlos stood on the rooftop of his hotel, looking over the Manhattan skyline, holding a bottle of sparkling water. He doesn't drink alcohol. Sabalenka was 2 floors below, celebrating with her team, her laugh echoing down the hallway. News outlets across the globe ran headlines like, "The rise of the next Nadal, Alcaraz rules New York. Queen Aryna, Sabalenka's power reigns supreme at U.S. Open." The tennis world basked in their brilliance. But then came Monday morning. Emails, phone calls, and one particularly awkward press release. The U.S. Open statement. To whom it may concern, due to an unfortunate clerical error, a portion of the prize money intended for the 2025 U.S. Open champions was accidentally misallocated. Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka will each receive $1 million less than originally stated. We deeply regret this inconvenience. Wait, what? Social media erupted. How do you lose $2 million? Tweeted one fan. Is this monopoly money? Asked another. The hashtag #WhereAreTheMillions trended for 3 days. In the age of digital everything, the tennis community had seen rain delays, questionable line calls, and even KO's infamous mid-match outbursts, but no one had seen this. A pair of champions, rewarded with excellence, only to lose a third of their promised prize. The fallout. Carlos, usually calm and composed, was interviewed by El País. "I don't play for the money," he said, smiling. "But if someone finds the missing million, tell them I left my wallet in the locker room." Sabalenka was a little less amused. "Look, I can still buy a few rackets," she joked. "But I didn't hit 100 aces just for the moral victory." The management teams demanded answers. The USTA, red-faced and reeling, launched an internal audit, blaming a glitch in the prize distribution software, ironically named ServePay. One rumor claimed the money had been accidentally transferred to the accounts of 2 amateur players who lost in the first round of qualifying. Another theory: a rogue employee with a penchant for poker had funneled the funds into an offshore casino. None of it could be confirmed. But something strange happened. Instead of sulking, Carlos and Aryna did something no one expected. They leaned into it. Alcaraz showed up at a press conference with a novelty check that read, "I owe you $1 million, signed, US Open." Sabalenka posted a video of herself pretending to search for the lost money, lifting couch cushions, looking under her trophy, and even checking inside a tennis ball. The video went viral. Suddenly, what had started as a scandal turned into a movement. Fans began raising money as a joke, $5 here, $10 there. Memes exploded, the Statue of Liberty crying with a tennis racket, Ben Franklin on a $100 bill holding a sign that read "Pay Sabalenka." The point of it all. In the end, both players still walked away with more money than most people earn in a lifetime. But the episode sparked a conversation far beyond the numbers. Tennis is a sport of tradition and prestige, but it is also a business. For years, players have debated prize money distribution, particularly in early rounds, where some qualifiers struggle to cover travel and coaching costs. Carlos and Aryna, through humor and humility, highlighted something bigger than their bank accounts. They reminded the world that no one wins alone, that for every champion, there are coaches, families, ball kids, and fans that carry them. And maybe, just maybe, a little financial transparency wouldn't hurt either. Epilogue: The Lost Millions Fund. Inspired by the incident, the USTA partnered with both players to launch the Lost Millions Fund, aimed at supporting young players from underrepresented backgrounds. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.